The kids and Kyle see this hill that they want to park on top of. Kyle's like, should I do it? Should I do it? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is a good life choice. I think that we should go back up to the front and find some place up in the front. I do not vote for going up this hill. The kids start chanting, "Let's go, Dad. Let's go, Dad." And anytime kids chant in such a way, dads are like, well, I have to do it. My kids are cheering me on. So what does Kyle do? Good morning. How are you doing today? I have missed you. A week is just too long going in between times that I see you. We're going to chat today. It's a heavy one. It is one where I think is super important to talk about. It really has not so much to do with the people around you, not being able to control them, but being able to manage yourself. And this was a big lesson for me. Side note, stick around till the end because I'm going to be doing my makeup and I'm going to be putting my outfit together, so you don't want to miss my dopamine dressing. But it was the end of April 2024, and we were headed out in our camper van, me, my partner Kyle, our 3 kids, and our 4 dogs in our 120 square foot camper van. We were going to check on the progress of this bus at the bus builder. Spoiler alert, that was a whole horrible other story. I'll link that in the description if you want to get caught up that way. But we make this trip to go down there and we were excited, we were ready. We just bought our property in New Mexico and we were ready for a little bit of a trip for some fun. And this was almost one of the last times that we took a trip as the whole family in the camper van. And it's tight quarters, right? The kids are growing. We spend a lot of time outdoors, and one of our first stops was the Rio Grande. We found this campsite that was right next to the Rio Grande. I mean, we could throw a stone from our site into the water. The dogs got to go play. The kids got to go run around. Like, oh, we could exhale, you know? It was beautiful. The trip is going really smooth. We get to where the bus is. We check out the bus. We decide on a layout that we're going to do in it. So life is going pretty good. On the way back, as we leave, Kyle's like, I have a surprise. We are staying somewhere really epic tonight. And I was like, yes, please. And so he actually picked us an amazing spot in Jerome, Arizona, which is near Sedona. And this particular night was so cool because it was going to be a full moon and we were going to get to watch the full moon rise. And I am a big believer in astrology and energy and, you know, death and rebirth. And this particular full moon was such a crazy time for us because we had just bought our property in New Mexico. We're having our bus Daisy built. And we're just in this waiting period. And what a beautiful new season that is coming to life as one of traveling in Blue Betty, our old bus, was ending. And so we just saw it as this beautiful moment to reconnect, to hang out with the kids, to just be in the middle of absolute nowhere. Love me some mushroom coffee. I'm gonna do my makeup while we chit chat. So we have our night in Sedona. It was fabulous. And our next stop is gonna be in Flagstaff. Well, Kyle finds this old camp kind of thing. It's where they take ATVs now, and you can ride up on top of the hills and the mountains. And what's cool about this particular place is that 2,000 years ago, a volcano erupted here. So all of the ground is like this little pea gravel, but it's not gravel. It's actually volcanic rock. So it is what was left over from all of the eruption from the volcano. And so we get there probably about 4 or 5 o'clock and we are searching for a spot. The good news is we have the van, so we can pretty much fit anywhere. And we find this first spot and we kind of pull in and we're not really level and the kids want to be up higher. So we decide to follow the trail around and we go back like 2 or 3 miles. And at this point, everybody's kind of ready to be camped for the night. The sun's getting low in the sky and we need to find a spot. So I'm like, let's just turn around and let's go back out to the front, because part of the problem was that the ground is super, super soft in certain areas and then packed in other areas. And so you have to be very careful where you're driving. You could end up off of the hard packed in area very quickly. The kids and Kyle see this hill that they want to park on top of. Kyle's like, should I do it? Should I do it? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think this is a good life choice. I think that we should go back up to the front and find some place up in the front. I do not vote for going up this hill. The kids start chanting, "Let's go, Dad. Let's go, Dad." And anytime kids chant in such a way, dads are like, well, I have to do it. My kids are cheering me on. So what does Kyle do? Starts pressing that gas pedal to get up this hill. And the thing about this hill is that you've got a path to take, right? And if you go off this path, you're going to be sinking in lava rock. He guns it, gets up the hill. Unfortunately, he makes his turn too soon. And so as soon as he turns, his back wheel goes into the lava rock and followed by the front wheel. And we are like, oh no, oh no, 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 no. So we're stuck, right? We are stuck in this remote spot. Mind you, there's no cell service here. None at all. No bars of service to be able to call for help. Historically, I would have been so pissed, right? Because I said not to do that. I said that was going to be a very horrible idea, but nobody listened to me, right? My ego is coming out, wanting it to be known that I said we should not be here. And so I take a minute, I take a breath. Kyle's like, hey, what if you throw up the Starlink real quick and I'll see if I can find some help? Awesome. So I grab the Starlink, throw it on the roof, get it plugged in, and I start going with the kids, and we all grab sticks and whatever we can to try and dig out our wheels. So we're all jumping in as a family, regardless of whose idea it was. And so as all of us are digging, it's getting darker and the sun is going down, and we're like, are we going to get out of here? Can we even get a tow truck to come up here to rescue us? And so Kyle, bless his heart, he was so smart in this whole thing. He opens up his Facebook app and he starts joining towing Facebook groups. So like these off-roading, towing people out Facebook groups. And lo and behold, he makes a post and there's a guy that messages him and says, hey, I can be there in about 30 minutes and it'll cost you $100, but I will pull you out of here. And we're like, we're pretty stuck. I don't know if he's going to be able to pull us out. So 30 minutes go by and this Toyota Tacoma pulls up, like, I don't know, 2004 Toyota Tacoma. And we're thinking, is this even, how are we going to do this? So he hooks up to the van and yanks us on out of there. And believe you me, we did not look back. We did not stop. We went right on that path and finally got out to the main path where it's a little bit harder. And we thanked him and went on his way. And we were like, well, are we going to stay here? Where are we going to go? We ended up driving like, I don't know, 30 minutes down the road and stayed at a Cracker Barrel. We were like, nope, we are not doing this. We are not staying here, because every time we would like go to pull off, as we were leaving to the exit, the ground was soft and we were like, we are not getting stuck in here again. So we learned our lesson and we boogied our behinds back up to the Cracker Barrel. And yeah, that could have ended really badly. It could have. And I don't like to dwell on those things because it didn't end badly. We all kept our cool And we were able to get out of that situation. That was a very scary situation because let's be real, being stuck on a volcano, yeah, it exploded 2,000 years ago, but still, being stuck on a volcano with no signal, that's terrifying. No one else was around. We went really far back into the wilderness to be able to go up to that spot. And for me, like I said, historically, I would have been so mad and my anger would have been in the driver's seat. It really would have. And I would have yelled and I would have screamed and I just would have been so pissed off that we were in this situation. But by taking that breath of clarity for a second and not going straight to pointing fingers and putting blame on any particular person, we all jumped in and did a task. Like the kids and I got the wheels dug out. And as soon as we figured out that, oh, this is not coming out of here, I jumped in, started making dinner for the kids. Kyle jumped in and started finding Facebook groups to join. And he was the one that, yes, got us into that situation. He also got us out. And it was about trusting our family, not letting those big emotions of anger and resentment get in the way of being able to work together as a team. And that's the hardest part for me anyway, was those big emotions getting in the driver's seat, because so much of my life I was raised by someone who allowed their emotions to be in the driver's seat, and it was always everybody else's fault. And really, that sucked. That really sucked. And so I did a lot of deep reflection over the years and have worked on not doing that, not being that person, because I put myself in their situation, because there's been times that it's been my fault. And to be yelled at makes it feel 500 times worse. Like, it's miserable to be the cause of something that went wrong and then in the moment being yelled at because of my mistake. When someone's drowning is not the time and place to condemn them for not knowing how to swim. You have to get them out of the pool. And then once we got out, you know, we had a conversation as a family. Something that drives me nuts that I'm working on finding balance in is when my daughter uses my makeup and then doesn't put it back in the bag. So then I have to go get it. Be right back. Okay, got my highlighter. Now, after we get to safety and we get to Cracker Barrel, you know, we have a discussion and we talk to the kids and we say, hey, y'all did amazing. You were awesome. Thank you for pitching in. Everybody regained their cool. Nobody yelled at the other person. Like, it went really smooth. And we decided that we are not going to camp in places that are questionable, and we're gonna always walk the spot first before we see if the van will go up there safely. But that's what it's about. It's about talking afterwards in a calm way, for me, you know, and not placing blame, shame, or criticism on anybody in the moment, because it wasn't really anybody's fault. They were just having fun, and the fun got a little bit out of control. I mean, can you think of a time where the fun got out of control and put you in a situation where maybe that wasn't so good? But see, it's turning these moments into lessons. We're all okay. We all survived. That's something to be very grateful for. And we can also learn from it and realize, you know what? That may not have been the best life choice. Because we know better, we're going to choose better. Something I did in the moment that may help you, because I always want to give you a tool to be able to use, is taking a breath. I know I say it a lot, but like having a moment and just clearing out that big emotion that wants to be in your driver's seat. That way you can get to clarity. No, it's not a cure-all. It's not a fix-all. It's not going to make everything better instantly. However, it is going to get you to a place where you can now breathe. You can now make clear, calm, cool decisions. And you're in luck because it's time for me to go get my clothes on. Be right back. And I have a finished look for the day. We are gonna go volunteer and walk some puppies, and it's pretty chilly out, so I wanted to put my coat on. I've got some nice warm red velvet bell bottoms, my Doc Martens, and I've got this cute little moo that I got off the buy sell trade group. Yeah, and I got my earrings, my ring stack for the day. Got my favorite hat. My thistle fell off of it. If you know my hat, you know I had a thistle here. And usually when something falls off, crystal or thistle or otherwise, it's because it's meant to move on. Wheezies, can you get up on the couch, please? Come on, Wheezies. Oh, the puppies. Oh, the puppy loves. Oh, the puppy loving. Oh, yeah. Oh, the capster. Oh, the puppies. Thank you so much for joining me today. These conversations and stories that I tell and we have are not easy. They are challenging sometimes to get through and to reflect on. And, you know, all of life is a mirror to help us grow on our individual healing journey. And so I'm really grateful that you're here growing down the road with me. Thank you for being here and being you. I love you so much.